If Africa was a soccer team, which different positions do different countries play?
If Africa was a soccer team, Kenya could be a striker.
Why?
Because Kenya has scored development goals, technology goals, economic goals, political goals, and many other goals, therefore making Kenya a striker.
Nigeria.
If Africa was a soccer team, Nigeria would be a midfielder.
Why?
They are in everything, whether good or bad. In music, they are there. In sports, they are there. In business, they are there. In technology, they are there. Whether they achieve any goal or not, they are still there. They are even everywhere in Africa, making Nigeria a midfielder.
Somalia.
If Africa was a soccer team, Somalia would play number 7.
Why?
If an opportunity comes against the opponent, they just shoot. As long as they achieve their goal, they just shoot. Any available opportunity against the opponent, they just shoot, making them player number 7.
Uganda.
If Africa was a soccer team, Uganda would play as a defender.
Why?
They are everywhere in Africa defending some parts of Africa. For example, they are in Somalia defending the Somalis against the Al-Shabaab. They are in DRC Congo defending the Congolese against the dangers of M23. They were in South Sudan defending the South Sudanese against the atrocities of civil war. They were in Central African Republic defending them against the dangers of the LRA, making them play as a defender.
South Sudan.
If Africa was a soccer team, South Sudan would play as a goalkeeper.
Why?
First of all, they are tall. 2, when donations come in their country, they grab it. When something new comes in their country, like new clothes, phones, cars, they grab it. When business opportunities come in the country, they grab it. And if you enter their country with no purpose, they also grab you, making South Sudan a goalkeeper.
Ghana.
If Africa was a soccer team, Ghana could be a dangerous substitute.
Why?
They can achieve what other countries have failed to achieve, whether technological, economical, political, sports, music, they can achieve anything, making Ghana a dangerous substitute in the game.
Rwanda.
If Africa was a soccer team, Rwanda could be a soccer ball itself.
Why?
Because the ball is there to be kicked, and whether it is kicked towards the francophone or whether it is kicked back towards the anglophone side, its work is to roll and enter the goals. That is why Rwanda is responsible for good technological goals, development goals, political goals, economical goals, good leadership goals, and many other goals, including anti-corruption, making Rwanda the ball itself.
Ethiopia.
If Africa was a soccer team, Ethiopia would be a linesman.
Why?
Their work is to show other African countries that if you are to score any goals, there are procedures to follow. If you want a good electric train, follow this way. If you want good airline system, follow this way. If you want not to depend on foreign powers, follow this way. Because us as Ethiopia, we were not colonized. Therefore, making Ethiopia a linesman in the game.
Okay. South Africa.
If Africa was a soccer team, South Africa would be a coach.
Why?
Because South Africa has experienced very many things which other countries are getting a lesson from South Africa. Because other countries want to achieve like South Africa in politics, economics, technology, and many other things, including hosting the World Cup. Therefore making South Africa the coach.
Tanzania.
If Africa was a soccer team, Tanzania would be a referee.
Why?
During COVID period, the whole world was locked up while Tanzania was still moving up and down freely. They were acting as a determinant as to whether COVID is killing people or not. They were the ones having the whistle, therefore making Tanzania a referee in the game.
Burundi and Djibouti.
If Africa was a soccer team, Burundi and Djibouti would be ball boys.
Why?
Because those countries are small and their work is to throw the ball back on the field and let the big boys play, and therefore making Burundi and Djibouti ball boys in the game.
USA, UK and France.
If Africa was a soccer team, USA, UK and France would be the funders and the owners of the team.
Why?
Because for them to continue funding the team and making the team prosper, you have to play the way they want.
Russia and China.
If Africa was a soccer team, Russia and China would be new buyers who want to buy African team from their previous owners.
Why?
Because they want them to change the game so that they can play according to their interests. It is up to you to use these words the way you want and leave us alone.
This man.